Hey, what is up, guys? Today we are exploring an abandoned house that has been abandoned since 2012. That is the last date I could see inside this house. The unique part about this house is that this is in my old neighborhood. This is where I used to live. Now I've since moved out, but I remember as a kid always biking down this street. I had never seen a person at this house whatsoever. This house had a van sitting outside. I think the tires would be reinflated. Things would be slightly moved around. But for months and months, this house would just sit. Things would rarely be moved around here. Now, I remember the past 5 years, the grass started getting overgrown, and it just has been completely forgotten about, it seems. The trees have literally grown over the house, blocking everything. And compared to the other houses around here, this is such an eyesore. Every house here is super maintained, and this just stands out like a sore thumb. I asked the neighbor directly behind the house and directly across the street if they've ever seen any movement, and they said somebody does check on the house, but that they've stopped in recent years. I think even within the past 5 years, they wouldn't even mow the grass, but they would open the garage. But now it looks like this house is actually going to be sold or redeveloped. The city has stepped in. They've given the owner so many fines over the years. There are fines dating back to 2012. So this might have been abandoned even before 2012. There's a lot of stuff on the fridge from 2009 and 2010. And this is a shock because my old neighborhood is so nice. All these houses here were built within the 1980s to the 90s. And for my area, this is super rare. But this is just one of the houses that's never changed. It's such a special thing for me to actually be inside here because I have wondered about this house for my entire life, literally. But as of recently, the village has put signs on the house saying danger, uninhabitable. And that's such a super rare thing to happen, which makes me think somebody's gonna step in on this property very soon. So I figured now was the best time to finally explore the house I've been wondering about for years. And guys, there are cars inside the garage as well. I mean, truly everything here has been left behind. Now, what I can tell you about the family is that it looked like they had a special needs kid with Down syndrome. They went to my old high school a long time ago, probably about 2007 or so, I think. Now, I don't know the full story, but what might have happened here is that the parents passed away and the kid with special needs could not do anything with the house. It's possible that there were two brothers, I'm not sure, as there's two photos. One person looks like they have special needs, and one person looks a little bit different.
Three brothers.
Thank you. I'm here with Silent Hills. It looks like three brothers. One has Down syndrome and the two are normal. But they all look to be around the same age, so it might have been three brothers. But anyways, guys, let's go explore this house. I cannot believe what has been left behind. There's a vintage car in the garage you guys are not going to want to miss. So there's the van outside. You can see the tires are low. They got to be pretty good tires, to be honest. They must have been reinflated at some point, but some tires fare better than others from my experience exploring. I mean, these kinds of wheels, I don't know, they fare a lot better. So it's hard to tell when these were actually reinflated or if they ever even were. I really don't know. My old neighborhood's like a 70s part. This is like a newer addition, like an 80s addition to the neighborhood. But anyways, right here we have a piano. There's even a phone still here, it looks like. Still works. And the interesting thing is, guys, you'll see later, the power is on. Here's like a telescope. But all this stuff is kind of here just as it was. Now, I'm not gonna lie, guys, we did clean this up a little bit, make it look nicer. But all this stuff was just left here, a lot of it just as it was. So right here, we have a piano, another one, and some really cool stuff. Really cool, like lamps and everything. Here we have some wine bottles here. So I think maybe the parents passed away or something, and the kids maybe looked through some stuff, because some stuff is boxed up and everything, but nothing has really moved since. Such as this. Here's a trophy case, and everything is still inside there, as you can see. Well, here's the fishbowl. There might actually still be like dead animals in there, I don't know, but it definitely leaked all over this and caused this to like rust pretty badly. But yes, you can see right there, there's 3 brothers. The one there has Down syndrome, it looks like. But wow, this has to be their parents' stuff. I mean, it's pretty old, you know. Somebody older would have this, if you will. Maybe they even had a daughter, it's hard to tell. But like those spoons up there and everything. These trophies are like from 2007 or so. So, yeah, it's crazy. A lot of this is from like the Special Olympics or like sports teams, local sports teams. And here's kind of what the house looks like from this angle. There's like a TV out here in the living room. I don't know if that was moved at some point or not. We did kind of move the couch back, so that's why that's there. But the stuff has just been sitting, kind of like hoarded almost for so long. But as you can see in all the drawers, everything's still left. Everything's probably left in a lot of these drawers. Yeah. Everything's just in there. And actually at the front door here, this is where I would look inside. I would always like knock on the door and like just check on the house. See if the front door was open. It never was. Turns out the side door was open this entire time. But I would look in here and I'd see like stuff would be slightly moved around. There was a gym jersey from my high school and it was just the creepiest thing ever. I mean, just so surreal to see a house like this abandoned where I used to live. But anyways, we have keys here still on the rack. And there is the kitchen. And the keys here go to one of the cars, or both of the cars, I think, which is pretty absurd. Now guys, here's the kitchen, here's the dining table, and everything is just left. It's crazy. Here are the plants, and actually, I would look through this window, and that's how I found out this was like actually abandoned. I thought it was impossible that a house in my neighborhood would go abandoned, but this, like, look at the plants here. I was like, okay, something is seriously up with this place. And literally nothing has really moved within the past couple of years now. You know, so I was like, okay, now's the time to shine. And there's like a date, 2007. And there's like some poem about, I don't know, these kids with Down syndrome in those photos. But anyways, guys, here's the kitchen. Like I said, I did clean this up a little bit, some of the rooms. The kitchen, I think, would be impossible to clean. It's so bad. The fridge has food, it smells bad. Yuck. And there's even food in the pantry, as you can see. I mean, this is truly abandoned here, guys. Look at the rotting food in there. Some of the cans are literally like rusted away. Wow. But yeah, this is the kind of fridge. Now the neighbors told me, I don't know, I see plastic cups, I think kind of like tacky and stuff. The neighbors said, you know, the family had a lot of trouble. You know, they just, they didn't take too good a care of themselves, I guess. No, that's not to say if you have plastic cups you can't take care of yourself, but I don't know. Just from my childhood experience, I've seen that. It just kind of, it's a pattern that repeats in my head. But here's kind of this angle here. The fridge and everything. The kitchen. And then there's like the plants. There's a lot of dead plants over here. They must have been here definitely. Like before this was abandoned, they just left them here. But behind me here, we have this. So this is their kind of living room here. It's crazy. I mean, there's so much stuff still here. There's even the TV that they would use, a huge box TV. I remember back in the day, probably when this was abandoned, we still had a TV like this in our house. That just goes to show how long it's been. I mean, time really flies. I must have been, gosh, very young, like 3 to 5 to 6 to 7, I don't know. when this house was abandoned and like they genuinely stopped living here. That's like insane to me. It's so rare to see a house like this in my neighborhood still. A lot of houses went abandoned during the stock market crash. I remember when I was little, so many houses went abandoned during the stock market crash in my neighborhood. It was totally just unreal. And this seems like it was kind of around that time. It's like that was over 10 years ago. Way over 10 years ago at this point. But yeah, there were houses with overgrown driveways, grass, stuff with cars. It was certainly an unreal time. And I was so little, but I always wanted to check out all these abandoned houses. And they fixed most of them up. But this one stayed. It's very strange. There's maybe 3 left abandoned during that time period. I don't know why they haven't sold or whatever. I kind of want to buy this house. I told a lot of the neighbors here I want to buy this place. We'll see what happens. But yeah. There we have like graduation stuff. So their kids probably graduated. I don't know if the parents went to a nursing home or they passed away or something. But it looks like it was abandoned around that time. I don't know. There's so many family photos just everywhere here. It's truly insane. There's literally videos in this house. It's like mostly under piles of trash now, but my gosh. What a place. There's even like photos of one of the brothers, more grown up now. This is, I think, owned by one of the brothers. It's hard to tell. There's a senior, I think, and a junior. But I could be wrong once again. Now here's the Youth Baseball Association from 1994. I think one of the fathers, either his kids were in these photos, or he was one of the coaches. This is one of the teams. Maybe the light, you can turn that off here. I don't know. This is from 1992. Might have been one of the dads or one of the kids. Probably the kids, to be honest. Anyways, folks, I wanted to show you guys the freaking garage. First off, check these out. These are kind of newer. But anything left in here? Yeah, all their stuff still here. But guys, check this out. There's an abandoned car. There's actually 2 cars left behind here. This one's a Ford minivan. Guys, this is insane. And if you'll notice, the power is on. There's the example. I don't want to turn the lights on too much. I don't want to scare anybody here, but this is freaking insane. I couldn't believe my eyes when I saw this for the first time. And there is a crazier car in the back as well, behind this. What's weird is like this has fallen, this garage thing, but you could see the dust on this car. It's been sitting forever, and you're probably looking over here like, what the heck is this? We'll get there soon, but look at the freaking raccoon prints on this thing. That's so crazy. We might even be able to see a year on the left there. This car expired in 2003. Oh my gosh, it hasn't been driven for that freaking long. Now guys, here's an AMG, an abandoned AMG, still in the garage. This is like something of the past, man. It's a time before my time. It's unreal to see this stuff just still here. Oh my gosh. Think about this. This was driving around my town before I was even born, my old town. So crazy to imagine. But this one expired in 2001. 2001, guys. That's an old freaking plate. This is a cool car. Look at the wood on the side. And this is just abandoned along with this minivan. Totally unreal. And the door was actually open, as you can see. So insane. So here's the inside of this car. It is a beautiful vehicle. Look at all that. It's in not bad shape, to be honest. I don't know if this was just stored there. It must have been stored. But sadly, yeah, we got like mold in there. Wow. The crazy part is those fridges are still running. That was the side door. That was just wide open. I had to climb through all of this to get down into the house. And just freaking hoarded, man. It's like, I don't know, man. Either the parents or one of the kids lived here, but this place is a freaking mess. This is so crazy to me. Don't want to open any of the doors. I don't really want to touch that much stuff. I would, but it's like empty inside anyways. Anyways, back to the front door. We're gonna go upstairs in a sec. But look at all the trees that were overgrown in the front. It was bad. I mean, years, decades like this. I mean, totally crazy. And they just cut this down recently. That's why the neighbors were looking here, I think. They were pointing out like the trees that got cut down. But something's probably gonna happen with this place. But they've racked up like so many fines over the years for this house. Crazy. Anyways, here we're gonna go upstairs. So the lights do turn on here. Don't wanna mess with that right now. Just a little sus. But here's one of the guest bedrooms. Now the reason I say it's a guest bedroom, it's all just taken out and empty. So I think that's what's up with that. But here we have a rocking chair and a bed that hasn't been made. This might have been for like kids' room at one point. But it's still got the original wallpapers from back in the day, probably. Looks like it's never changed, which is pretty wild. Like all the houses here are updated now except this one. But everything's just left behind. That's one of the closets in the hallway. This is kind of weird. It's like they were going upstairs. There are so many raccoons in this house, guys. Look what they've done. They always hang out in the ceiling. We heard them this morning. So, but here is one of the bedrooms, I believe, or one of the homework rooms. It says sports. Pretty cool. So there's like the chair and a bunch of stuff on it. There's even like a medal right there. So I don't know, this probably was a bedroom and there was a bed moved. The reason I think it's a bedroom is because there's so many personal like clothes in here. Could have been, looks like all fancy clothes, so hard to tell. But here's the other side. There's that chair for proof. This is just has everything there as well. Now these are the kids all grown up, it looks like. At least a lot of them. I'm probably going to blur this out. But I think one of the kids owns this property now. It must be. I think they're in their 40s now. Hard to tell who actually owns this place, but a whole bunch of stuff just left. I mean, just everything has been left. So unreal to see this. Oh my gosh, and I almost forgot. Look at this, guys. Daily Herald, September 12th, 2001. This is wild. That shows the time. Look at that. This is crazy. To some people, this wasn't a long time ago, but I wasn't even born during this. Wow. To people my age, it's like this wasn't even a real event. This is a freaking Daily Herald. Their headquarters closed down and went abandoned out here. Then there's this bookshelf. Oh, it's got like their YMCA info and a bunch of other things. Wow, that's like all their IDs and everything. It's still left. There's even a telephone that's still there. Flip phone. That was a time period, man. Got this one abandoned with flip phones. Anyways, guys, we're near the master and one of the other kids' bedrooms. Now, one of the kids must have lived here for sure. Or two of them at least. And I think the other one was another bedroom, so it has to be the like three brothers or something like that. But this was one of their bedrooms. Seems like a normal bedroom to me, like, you know, for kids. There's like old photos there, comic books, yearbooks. I mean, just everything is here from their life. It's kind of crazy. But look how bad some of this has gotten. Jeez. Here's like, wow. It's just so strange. Like, parents must have passed away. I mean, it's a tragedy. They just left everything. That's maybe what I think happened. But wow. All that stuff is still there. And here we have a bunk bed, or sort of a bunk bed. Now this is kind of strange. Handcuffs on the bed. What the heck is up with that? Were they restraining one of them? And look at this, guys. Oh my gosh, a graduation cap. It's like when they graduated, it's like they just all left or something here. That's what it seems like. You know, the time period that this was abandoned. And here, guys, is the master. This must have been the parents' room. As you can see here, we have jewelry left. Earrings, could be gold. There's some family photos. Matchbox. This room looks like more cleared out. But it's like they stopped clearing it out. They just stopped. There's some old up there. So you guys know it's abandoned. I'm sure you guys know. Got more family photos there. And check this out, guys. So much jewelry has been left behind here. So much jewelry. I don't know if there's anything in here. I don't really want to touch much of this stuff, but it's everywhere, guys. Watches. So much. Pearls. And check this out, even more jewelry, guys. Look at this stuff, you know. I bet you some of this is silver, eh? It's gotta be. Cufflinks. But I want to say, guys, we do not steal anything from abandoned places. Highly against my morals, and, well, if you steal, you're gonna be in big trouble. This might be gold. Interesting. Now here's like the other side of the bed here. We kind of did move a little of this stuff over just to make it cleaner. But this is wild. It looks like somebody like died here. Like right on this bed in this one spot. Now it could have been just they were old and they didn't, you know, take care of their bed and they just got, you know, fluids all over it. That's a possibility. It's a little bit strange though, I gotta say. But yeah, all this stuff just left forgotten. Beanie Babies. This reminds me of my friend's house when I was younger. In the same neighborhood. So wild. It's just nasty in here, guys. Can't wait to get out of here. But this is a really bright room here. We got a nice lit up area. You can see how big those houses are kind of back there. But this is gross. Look at all this stuff. Just the dirt, the leaves. I mean, what the heck? This is wild, isn't it? But yeah, all this stuff still here as well. So another thing to note, I don't know, a punch through the door. Wild stuff. Now down kind of back over here, there's this last room. It's kind of like an office. Gonna skip past this one, but there's a lot of stuff. We didn't want to clean this one up. Oh my gosh, it's a mess. Not worth it. But yeah, they were definitely packing stuff or hoarding. I don't know when this started to look like this, but clearly at some point it wasn't. You know, you got all this stuff here. You can hear raccoons in the walls though. Creepy, but yeah, this was like one of their offices. There you can see they had like a little video game kind of set up here. Maybe they played video games. But it's long, like freaking just hoarded up in here. And a lot of stuff, a lot of family photos. Crazy. There's like no photos of my town from back in the day online. It's very weird, but it's cool. Like, I can go to houses in my town and see photos of my old town back in the day. Crazy stuff. So much history here. And guys, here's like a view. Yo, Silent Hills.
This is crazy, dude. Love this. Like the car's in the garage, the car outside too. Such a special house. I'm sure it's even better for you, being here.
Yeah. Well, anyways, here's this view up here. Kind of cool. But yeah, I think that's it, guys. Well, guys, if you enjoyed the video, smash that like button, subscribe if you haven't already. And very special explorer for me. I've been so curious about this house my entire life, and here we are inside. What a special experience. I gotta find out what happened here. I don't know enough. Don't know if I'll ever find out. The only way, I'd have to contact the owners, and maybe to buy the house, I'll find out what happened here. Thanks for watching, guys. Take it easy.